Timmy! Timmy! Timmy!
No, it's Jimmy. Blah, blah, blah. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Depending on where you are around the globe, I am Jimmy James. You're watching Catch It Live First. Tonight we've got the mighty Wisla Krakow hosting Stal Mielec. The players are on the pitch in the huddle, as you can see. Kick off any second now. Just got to cover this up because it's slightly in front of what we're seeing down here. So we don't want to spoil it. I hope you're all having a good Sunday. Mine's been a bit of a shocker up to now. A bit of a shocker. A few tech problems, not with this stream, but with the psychotherapy business that we have. A few changes that were made, not intentionally. Automatic from updates, which ruined things. It's going to be a long, long night, and we're underway. This we're kicking from left to right, playing in red tops, white shorts, white socks. Stal Mielec playing in Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday, a similar kit. Blue and white stripes. Live chat is open. Feel free to use it. This we're on the attack early. We'll go through the team lineups in a moment. Bozic down that left-hand side. Doesn't put the cross in. No, he puts the cross into the middle. Duarte's in the middle waiting. Loses the header though. Shot from the edge of the box. It's a complete miss kick by Duda. Fortuitously back with Bozic. This will though give the ball away. And it'll be a throw-in on the far side for Stal Mielec. Frankie James says, volumes are great. Thank you, Frankie. Appreciate that. Not far from a full house today at the R22. But coming up to Christmas, cash is tight. A geezer's in live chat. He says, you know I'm here, Jimmy. Hi, Frankie, let's go. A much more civilised time for you over in the US of A, geezer. You can swap that coffee now for a couple of beers, my friend. We'll wait till we get a break in play, then we'll go through the team lineups. Frankie James says, hiya, geezer. In fact, we'll start with the team lineups now. And we'll start with Stal Mielec. We'll do them the courtesy of being the away side, because I do want to talk about Wisła's lineup. They go with Mattis in goal. Seliger, Huerto, Senga and Matinha. This really the chance. It just gets taken off Redardo's head, who was steaming in at the back post there. Tahala out to Bozic. Bozic puts one into the middle. Redardo's waiting. Once again, it gets taken off his head. It's with Geiger. The geezer says, tell that to United. Still had to be up early. Mate, I bet you were cursing your TV, weren't you, at one point? So that's Stal Mielec's back four. They go with Pisek and Vlaslo, two holding midfielders. On the right, they've gone with Diaz, Lasada in the middle, Kryzelnicki on the left, and up front, Fukak. Stop tittering, I can hear you at home, grow up. Wisła, we go with Likiewicz in goal. No shock there, he got man of the match last time out. Left back, Lelieveld is back in. Geiger keeps his place at right back. Lisicki at centre half, along with Kutwa. Now, right, let's go through the team lineup. So in midfield, we've gone with Igbekim and Duda. On the left, as we've heard, Bozic. On the right, we've got Duarte. And Ertahala keeps his place, playing in just behind Redardo up front. Now, unless there's been some injuries that I'm not aware of, I'm not quite sure what is going on here. We'll have a look through the substitutes bench for Wisla. So on the bench, just wait for Ertahali out to Duarte, edge of the box. Duarte with the shot, keeper with the good save to his right hand side, and it's put behind for a corner. So this was substitutes we've gone with Banyovsky, Broder, Carbo, Colley, Kavala, Kaziemka, Nikaj, Omic and Stazak. So we don't have Grujic on the bench. Just wait for this corner to come in. Hopefully we can get something. We can get something going. Early on from corners. So, unlucky there. Set move that. Played in low to Redado coming across. Tried flicking it goalwards though. Got too much on it. Yeah, we don't have Grujic not even on the bench. No Biedrzycki on the bench. I've not seen anything about any injuries. And when I did the description of this video, one of the things I did notice, we had the great start to the season. Scoring goals aplenty. Absolutely smashing teams. The meat grinder analogy came out from a geezer. Teams were petrified of playing against us, and it was a case of how many we were going to put past them. We've shored up our defence, when the last few games we have created minimal chances. Absolutely rock solid pretty much at the back. Against Polonia Varsova, we lost 2-1. The opening goal that they got was a schoolboy error where the wall split and the player just hit the free kick through the wall. Nothing Lakievich, the keeper, could do about that. Apart from that, our defensive unit with Biedrzycki and Grujic has been pretty much rock solid. We've got the full-back position sorted. We've got Geiger, who's playing today. We've got Lelievel. We've got Krizanovski. We've got Mikulek, who's almost ready to... he's back in full-time training now. So he's going to be pushing for his place back. So at the back, we are pretty sorted. Up front, we've got Redado. If Redado gets injured, who's going to come in and take his place? Is Kavala going to come in and play centre forward, taking Redado's place? No, he is not. He's a young lad. He's going to be a fantastic player for us. But that's too much to put on his young shoulders. And this is where we've got Ardit Nikaj on loan for a year. We are short up front of players who have proven they can take over from Redado and do a job. And at some point, Mario Shop is going to have to play Ardit Nikaj. Not keep bringing him on as a substitute with 30 seconds to go. That's obviously an exaggeration, but he's not really getting that run in the team to build that position for himself. Edge of the box, Duarte shot. It's kind of blocked, took all the pace off it. Simple save for the keeper. Yeah, we need other options up front. We need somebody to support Redado. Ertahala isn't going to do it. This position he's in now, playing him just off Redado up front. When he came to us at the start of the season, he outperformed. Wisla played really well, scored plenty of goals. Now Ertahala's gone, he's gone to what he is, which is a steady Eddie player. Bozic, edge of the box there, puts a cross in, keeper palms it out, it's gone behind for another corner. He's a steady Eddie player. And when these little flicks that he was doing that don't come off, he just looks bang average. And it doesn't look good either. I'm getting to the point now where Ertahala, he's tried keeping him in the team and putting him out on the wing in place of Duarte. Duarte started off really well. He struggled for a little bit of form. And the whole team cannot wait for Ertahala to either get back to what he was doing or improve a bit, or Duarte to hit form. You can't run your club like that. So we need changes. Ertahala with the free kick into the middle. It's headed clear. Recycled by Wisla. Igbekim spreads it out left to Bozic. Bozic, one-on-one with a fullback. Overlapped from Lelyeveld. That'll be a free kick. I think we need a rethink of... I'm not saying reinvent the wheel at Wisla, because we had such a good start to the season. It's built us this platform to kick on. But it's all gone a little bit stale. And it's plain to see. If you look back, and I've watched some of our matches back, the early games, there was quite a few. There was balls fizzed into the front, and there was little flicks from Ertahala that looked fantastic, and they come off and they're great. But as soon as them speculative flicks and little touches and little dummy, they're not going to keep coming off for you, and that's not standard play. That's something that you do exceptional. It might come off 2 or 3 times, and it was doing, and it looked great, but that's not who Ertahala is. And we are starting to see Wisła's struggles creating chances. Last week it looked like in the first half we were creating more chances, and we were. But in the second half it kind of fizzled out and it died off again. And we've got our defence sorted to a fashion, and I'll tell you why I say that in a second. Wisła on the attack, it's broke up though. I'll say we've got it sorted to a fashion. In open play, I think we're doing really well. There was a few issues with players getting sucked out of position, the fullbacks getting sucked too central, and players coming in behind them. Lelyeveld was one. Krzyżanowski's done it a couple of times, and they've obviously worked on that because it's not really happening now. We still look vulnerable when we play it out from the back. Grudzic, when he plays it out from the back, he's not afraid to put his foot through it, but then he's got the capability to ping a ball 60 yards and put it on someone's foot. Not sure that Lisicki and Kutwa are quite there yet. Although nothing against Kutwa, young player, and he's going to be a fantastic player for Wisła. Also doing it at international level now with the under-21s. And he can score a goal from the edge of the penalty area. He has a good shot. There we are again, putting ourselves in trouble, playing it about at the back. Loose pass from Ertahala, and an even worse touch from Geiger. We're under pressure here again, all through playing it out from the back. Luckily, that's poor play, and we'll get a goal kick. Giza says, this is more like it. It is. It is more like it, mate. But we're at home and we're playing Stal Mielec. Yeah, all right. They got relegated from the Ekstraklasa last season, the Polish Premier League, and they've had a shocker this season. Lost a few players as they came down, and it's been a bit of a culture shock, I think. But regardless of playing 4th from bottom, are they 3rd from bottom? I've not seen the updated. I haven't seen the updated. We'll do that at half time, actually. Just have a quick look at the standings, because they were dropping into the bottom 3. No, because Pruskov and LKS would stay drew. So as things stand now with this point, regarding fact, as long as they don't lose today, if Stal Mielec lose today, they're in the bottom 3. So I'm pretty sure that Wisła will take all 3 points today, but I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed that Mariusz Shop kind of seems to be waiting for Ertahala to do what he was doing in them first 5 or 6 games, and I don't think he's capable of it. He might have the odd blinding game. He had 4 or 5 blinding games at the start of the season, and we were scoring for fun. Like I said, Ertahala's on the ball now. What's he going to do? puts a shot in that's blocked. It rebounds to Duarte. It's headed clear. If just get this passage of play over, Duarte, chance to put a cross in, tries putting one in, it's blocked and goes behind for a corner to Wisla down this right-hand side. If Ertahalla's normal game is what he was doing in them first 4 or 5 matches, and now he's just tailed off a little bit, you'd be thinking, well, we can let him, we can give him that. But this is his game. I'm convinced. I've seen him last year before he came to us, and this is his game. He outperformed in them first 4 or 5 matches. That's not him. He will come on and he's a good squad player and he will do a job for you. Chance here for Wisla once again. It'll be another corner down that left-hand side. Geiger with a good run in the box there. But that's not what Ertahalla's game is. He's just a steady player. And like I've said, if Marius Shop he's tried him out on the left-hand side to keep him in the team because Duarte has not been on form either. But it's almost like he's waiting for him to do that again. And I don't think he will. So we need to think plan B. We've tried playing Duda up front with Redardo. It's not really worked. You know what my thoughts are? My thoughts are Ardit Nikaj. High white. Geezer, you better watch your windows. That shot from Duda, it's coming all the way to Connecticut, mate. Another ball for you to put on eBay. I mean, they're better than that. They are better than that. I just have... We need something. Frankie James is laughing in live chat. I'm glad you find it funny, Frankie. We need a rethink of how this squad is going to play. I mean, Igbekim's been a revelation since he came back to us after he was supposed to leave in the summer. He's been superb. Lelieveld's been a good acquisition for us. As has Raul Geiger on the ball now, down this right-hand side. Cutwa, I mean, he had one ankle injury that kept him out for a week. He couldn't get back in the team because Gridget came in and played tremendously well, despite what the idiots say online. I don't know what some of them watch. I don't think they know much about football, put it that way. I mean, Lisicki's back playing today. He was playing well. Obviously, lost his position again, went out to Biedrzycki. But chance here for Redardo, puts a shot in. Blimey, there's another ball coming your way, mate. I was thinking, Jimmy, is Mr. Half glass full? You took a sip and proved me right. Dandelion and Burdock, mate. I think by the time this game's done, I'll need something a little bit stronger. Do you know, before the game, Geezer, I was hoping that Marius Shop was going to be brave. I was hoping he was going to be brave and try something a little bit different. And it smacks to me of a little bit of desperation that it's like, please, Ertahala, please come back to form like you were doing in the first 4 or 5 games where ultimately you outperformed. If you look back, look at all of his performances last year before he came to us. This now what we're getting from Ertahala, it is what he is. Just a good, steady player. It's like at the start he was performing like Lionel Messi, and now he's gone back to who shall I say? No, he's gone back to Ertahala. Then I don't want to insult any other players, and I'm not having a go at him. There's every chance he'll have a good game today and he'll maybe set a goal up and that, but he's not going to do it consistently, and we need something different. Duda can't do it. We've tried that one. He's still young. He's progressing. He's better in the midfield with Igbekim and Carbo. The problem we've got is it's either Duda with Igbekim or Carbo. See, I mean that the prime example. In the first 4 or 5 games, that beautiful bit of skill there would have gone in Ertahala's favour. And this is what's been happening now since then. Overruns, gives away the free kick, nothing comes from it, and this is what we'll get. So we need change. And I know it sounds negative, and I don't want to be. We could win this 3-0 tonight, but the way we are playing, not creating chances, we're making it easy for teams to defend against us. And that lead we've got at the top now, it should have been 13, it should have been 15, could have been 13, 15 points. We were down to 7. And at the start of the season, if you'd have said, coming towards the winter break, you're going to have a 7-point lead, I'd have snatched your hand off. Edge of the box, shot comes in, good save from the keeper. Thought I was going to have to get the party poppers out early there. Yeah, it was... We've stopped creating chances. Ertahala on the ball. Go on, put a good cross in now and make me eat humble pie. On the penalty spot, it's headed clear. Comes out to Lelyveld. Lelyveld with a strike, straight at the keeper. No, that's better. But 20 minutes gone. It's been pretty even so far, I would say. Viswa's probably just edged it chances-wise. In live chat, Frankie James says, please let Viswa win. It would be nice, Frankie. It would be nice. Do you know the other thing, and I said it last time out, there was always that fear when we were playing that, oh God, Redado, he's in the news again. You know, somebody's going to be coming in for him. Somebody's going to be coming in for him in the January, you know, in the winter transfer window, and let's hope we keep him. Let's hope JK, you know, he's good to his word. He's not going to sell him, and he's hardly had a sniff the last three or 4 games. We've created nothing for him. He's not been able to create anything for himself. You know, he's gone from being the top goal scorer in Europe, I think it was, in all the leagues, and to Redado, who? Ozic, edge of the box. Lovely bit of skill there. Makes some room for himself. Shot comes in just past the keeper's left-hand post. This is one of the players that we did want to be seeing, by the way. He came on last time and caused absolute chaos down the left-hand side. Looks so much better than Duarte had been playing there. Was pretty quiet. Ozic came on, and immediately it was his size, it was his skill. He just brought a new element to Wisła. And obviously, Mariusz Shop's seen the same thing because he's in from the start today. You know, when we have a look at, maybe have a look at it at half-time as how we can change things. Right, Duarte down the right-hand side, driving into the penalty area. Lovely ball there to Ertahala. There again, that pass, it gets blocked. First 5 games of the season, that finds a Wisła player and he looks like a world beater. He isn't. No, in fact, never mind waiting until half-time. We may as well do it now. Ultimately, do we look at getting the likes of Omic? Do we look at getting Omic in? You know, somebody, you know, a midfield general, somebody who can start slipping them balls through to Redado, because it's not coming from the wings, and it's not coming through the middle with Ertahala. You know, Kuziemka's getting a rest today. Played a lot of football for the youngster as well, because he's been playing international football under 21, so maybe they've worked out, yeah, he needs a rest. we're looking solid enough at the back after that little bit of a... I don't even want to say it because you know who it was who put us under pressure. It was a loose pass from Ekstraklasa. But yeah, if we can win this midfield battle with Igbekim and Duda, let's be honest, 70% of that's going to be won by Igbekim. Then we can try and get on the front foot. It's quite obvious as well what Stal Mielec's plan is. They've looked at other visitors to the R22 this season who have tried doing what they're doing now. They've gone a little bit old-fashioned, long ball. If they can't win the first ball, Stal Mielec win the second ball, and you've got a platform there to get onto the attack rather than trying to play it from the back. As it happens, I think teams also think that at the minute, we're not good enough to play our way through the middle. Try and get down the flanks, but that's their best chance of getting a result against Wisla. We'll see if they're successful. Hopefully not, because we are, like I said, we're top of the league. We are good enough. It's just we're either lacking a little bit of confidence. There again, giving the ball away. All too tight on the edge of the box. Too easy to defend against. The only Rodado that's been scoring is his brother, scoring for the second team. Got his hat-trick, didn't he? Maybe put him in the first team, see if he can pair up with his brother up front, a little bit like the Marquez brothers in MotoGP. Right, Geiger's got plenty of room to run into down this right-hand side. He's gone with Duarte. Back to Geiger. We're under a little bit of pressure there, but kept possession. Lasicky, he needs a good game, as we know, because his contract is due up at the end of December. So his last game he played for Wisla, I think he got man of the match. I certainly gave him man of the match. He was superb. Absolutely putting so much effort in. Duarte trying to get to the byline, pulls one to the back post, just too much on it for Bozic there. Bozic will keep it in. What can he do? The geezer just typed something. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Lelieveld into Ekstraklasa. Back out to Bozic. A little bit of space at the far post for Duarte if he can find him. Headed clear. The geezer says, that could be it. The boys have been in first all season. They may be letting off the gas. It looks like it. Do you know, we were pinging that ball around that field. Our opponents, they were dizzy. It's almost like it's all gone too slow and pedestrian and predictable. And, you know, obviously teams look at Wisla before they play us and they're working out strategies to nullify our attack. It seems to be working as well. Because, like I said, we're creating so few chances. Let's see what Bozic can do. He's already looking like our best player in this first half. Duda with a shot. Have that. Have that. And who does it come from? That man Bozic. Cutting inside. Duda with plenty of room on the edge of the box picked his spot. Fantastic. That'll do for me. Here we go. Do you know? Oh, what a goal. It's so long since I've smelt that because we've not been scoring. A geezer. Frankie James. A geezer says, stay calm and believe, Jimmy. Frankie James says, get them out, Jimmy. Bet that felt good. Oh, it did feel good, Frankie. It did feel good. Do you know, a geezer, believe it or not, I am calm. And I'm fully expecting 3 points tonight. But it's the performance as well. Do you know, It started, I'm not even going to go that far back because we've had a couple of wins since then. Let's not go back to Legnica, that's done. It started with our... It started with our... Just bear with me 1 second. When we had... Frankie says all that built-up frustration. Pop. Yeah. Stal Mielec, they're in down the right-hand side here. Ball into the box, cleared up by Cutwer. On with Bozic. Lovely, that'll be a free kick. No, referee says no. When we had... Goal kick to Wisla. When we had this fantastic start to the season, we had the game, didn't we, against Wisla Krakow, who were flying at the time. And when they came to the R22, we had in theory, we had home advantage because it was played at Wisla. There's various reasons why it was. If you know, you know. If not, I haven't got time to go into it at this moment in time. We struggled in that game, and yet we got an equaliser late on. Nice ball there to Duarte. Just couldn't get control of it. And going from memory, I think Biedrzycki scored late on for us, getting us the equaliser. We came away with the point. But I think it kind of rocked our confidence a little bit because for most of that game we were second best a little bit. We got a little bit bullied. And we had the same when we played against Grodzisk. We beat Grodzisk, but it was plain to see, especially in that midfield, we looked a little bit lightweight. And it's almost like Wisla themselves couldn't believe where they were top of the table and how they've been playing and how they've been absolutely blitzing teams. That would have been a handball anyway. And I think it started when we got the draw against the Wisla Krakow. Yeah, we all celebrated. Well, we got a point, but that in itself was telling that we celebrating getting a late equaliser and a point against the Wisla. We also had the draw against Pogon. Not a fantastic performance for a neutral. Brilliant, 3-3. That it's brilliant. But then we had the defeat against Lonyvarsovo. All right, we gave them the first goal, the wall splitting, schoolboy defending. You can't do that. But we didn't create chances. And we got what we deserved from that, which was nothing. Next time out we beat Odra 2-1. We got the 3 points and we're back on track. Edge of the box, Duarte with a shot. Inside it goes. Get in. Duarte who? Oh, lovely. And a lovely backflip to go. Agiza says, so like a cartoon character that runs off a cliff but doesn't fall till they look down. Here we go. I'm going to get used to this smell again. I mean, this is a lovely finish, isn't it? But, off the underside of the crossbar, goes down behind that goal line, chalks up a goal. The last four or five games when Duarte has been playing, that would have bounced off the crossbar and come back out. His luck, he's been getting into position. It's just his finishing's been a little bit lackadaisical, or luck's gone against him. And against, when we played Bologna Varsova, he had the chance, one-on-one with the keeper, chipped it over the keeper, and it's hit the post and gone the wrong side. It could have masked a few issues if that had gone in. Every chance at that stage it's going to be a 2-2 draw, and we come away with the point. As it happens, it wasn't masked. We got what we deserved, which was nothing. But these goals tonight, we've had a lovely shot there from Duarte, edge of the box. We've had a lovely shot, Duda, edge of the box. When are we going to start creating these chances, where we can get Ronaldo played through the middle, we can get him one-on-one with the keeper, we can get these crosses in where it's a simple header because we've pulled teams around in that. I just don't know how we get to play in a different system than what we are with the players that we've got. We know we can play this system. When it's not going for you, what else can you do? Igbakim spreads it out to that left-hand side. It's with Ronaldo who's come deep. He's got Bozic out on his left-hand side. Smoke billowing across the stadium, that is for sure. Bozic puts a shot in that's blocked. Straight away, Bozic on that left-hand side, it's caused so much more of a threat. He's in again here, pulls it back to Ronaldo. That's going to be a corner to Wisla down that left-hand side. Yeah, he's already looking like he's going to make that position on that left-hand side his own. Certainly, Duarte, the way Bozic is playing in this first, 30 minutes? How long have we had? 35 minutes. He's already looking like this is his position to play. If Kaziemka comes back in the team, where does Duarte play? Maybe Duarte goes in behind Ronaldo. Try that one. We haven't tried that one yet. We did earlier in the season, but unlucky that. Nice set-piece free kick there. Duda with plenty of space. Just didn't get the connection he wanted. Agiza says, I'm curious, Jimmy, how have results compared to kick-off times? Well, when we played the Ekstraklasa, that was an evening kick-off, wasn't it? We didn't play too well on that one. So thinking about it, looking at this season so far, we opened up, didn't we, against Stal Mielec. First match of the season. We went away. And I don't know. But I don't think, I think from memory, I'm trying to think back when we've played now. Like I said, the extra was not a good performance. That was an evening kick-off. Just after, actually it was a little bit early, only marginally though, but it got delayed, didn't it, because of traffic issues in Krakow. So it did, it was only a short delay though. But I don't think there's any all over the top there from Ronaldo looking for Duda. Not enough on it. Do you know what we did good last week was we looked fluid with our, not with the ball, but the way the players were performing, so if we weren't leaving gaps on the pitch. So if, for example, Prizanovsky had bombed up that left-hand side, you'd see maybe Carbo, dropping in behind so that he was able to stay in that position rather than having to sprint back and, do his defensive duties. And that's what looked really good. We just weren't fluid enough and fluent enough with the ball in attack. It was all a little bit stop-start, a little bit bitty. Edge of the box, Bozic with a shot. That's blocked. It's come to Duarte. Tries another shot. That's blocked. Duarte, edge of the box. It's back out to Duda. Look, if you look in the middle now, we're static. We've got three players all lined up. We had Bozic, Radado and Ertahala. Neither of them were making a run. All just kind of hanging about at that back post. They were having a Mothers Union meeting. That was crying out for someone to get across the front post there. You know, give the person who's crossing the ball, give them options at least. That's a nice ball there into Radado. Loses possession though. You know, Geezer, when you said maybe chance here now for Ertahala in the middle, Radado, put it away. There you go. That's the third. That's the third. That, you know, but that again, and I'm not being a negative Norman, that came from a mistake from Stal Mielec. Yep, they didn't panic. Lovely pass from Ertahala to Radado. A simple pass, but he didn't mess it up, didn't panic. Let's have another one of these. There we go, there we go. It shouldn't be affecting your ears. I've got my microphone sorted. My ears ring, that one. You know, winning the ball back there, Igbekeem doing what Igbekeem does. Yeah, no danger of Radado missing that one. The geezer says, never mind, the grinder is back. The meat grinder. It certainly is, mate. It certainly is. And it looks like we are going to have victory tonight. You know, certainly from this position, we should do. But this now is a perfect time from half-time for Maria Shop. How about we give Radado, let's give him a rest. Or do we get what we're waiting for now? VAR, seeing if it's a foul. I might have wasted a party popper here. That referee looks like top right Raz Katlioglu from, well, used to be World Superbikes, yeah. That's been given. Now with MotoGP. Yeah, this is a good game now for, and it's not being disrespectful, it just is. This is a good game now for Maria Shop to try something different at half time. You know, do we give Igbekeem the second half off? Do we bring Omic on? See how he copes in midfield battle. Do we take him off? Do we take Ertahala off now? And do we put him up front, playing just behind Radado? For me, I'd take Ertahala off and I'd put Ardit Nikaj on. Well, I'll lose past her from Bozic. Did the hard bit. Came to the simple pass. Too much on it. What are you guys doing? Let me know in live chat. If you're Maria Shop now at half time, what are you doing? Are you keeping things as it is till say 60 minutes and then make a couple of changes? Or do we now go with, right, let's see if this works. Let's take Ertahala off. Let's put Ardit Nikaj up front as a front two. And let's see how we go with that. Duarte down this right hand side. Back to Geiger. I've seen social media posts as well about Geiger still saying that he's not good enough and he's not playing. He's been a revelation since he's come down this right hand side. And like I said last time out, at the minute, Jaroch is not. I mean, that from Radado is just shocking. Stal Mielec coming down the right hand side, cross into the middle. Still can't get it clear this way. Radado can bring it away. Frankie James says, leave it as is. It's working. Here we go with Ertahala down the right hand side. First touch not good enough. Defender kicks it away. If he takes control of that and looks across the field, Bozic has got half the field to himself, one-on-one with the keeper. Right, Frankie James, leave it as is, it's working. What if it wasn't working? What if it's still 0-0? How do we know then what else we can do? How do we know what different system we can play? Can't do it in training. You need real world. You need real world experience of what works and what doesn't. Corner to the deep one, looking for Lelyveld. He just puts one high into the middle. Not dealt with really by Stal Mielec, and that'll be a corner to Wisla again. I think we need a trumpet. Duarte. Inside to Duda. To Ertahala. Edge of the box. It's with Bozic. It doesn't get to Bozic. Now there's a chance for Stal Mielec to break. Duda's coming across, doing his defensive duties, doing it well. Oh, and what a good tackle from Duda there. I think the referee will probably add, what, 60 seconds on, if that. All the players look like they're ready for him to blow his whistle. Stal Mielec look like, 1 minute of added on time. They look like they're desperate for half-time. Wisla are not exactly doing anything too energetic at the moment. All into Rodado. Once again, he can't hold it. Doesn't look happy, Rodado. I think mainly frustration is with himself. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? We're winning 3-0 and I feel like all I've done is moaned. I think it's just disappointment. Cross comes in there, put it behind. Yeah, that'll do from Lelyveld. No doubt the referee will just add a little bit more time on while this corner kick's taken. Yeah, it feels like all I've done is moan, but it is just disappointment that we've not tried anything new. No Sucky and Nicky either in the squad. Corner comes in. Lakiewicz with a good punch through traffic. Referee will blow his whistle now. That'll be half-time. Was he given a free kick? I don't know if you saw that then. The Grujic and Lisicki, as the referee blew for half-time, he got on both. They both went like that to their ears at the same time. So I'm assuming he gave it a good old pipe down his down his whistle. Right, let's have a little bit of quiet at half-time. Yeah, hopefully we go in now at half-time and we come out in the second half and we try something different. This is a perfect opportunity to do it. Round 18. Results so far. This is the final game that's being played today. The earlier kickoffs were Pruskov 1, LKS Woods 1, Ekstraklasa 3, Slunsk Wrocław 3. That is a good result for Wisla. That is a good result for Wisla. And the final game tomorrow is at 4 o'clock. That's UK time. And it's Stal Mielec and they are playing Grodzisk. We could do with Stal Mielec getting a result there. Yesterday, we had Odra Opole 0, Rob Riglogov 2, Bonjavasova 2, Pogon Siedler 0, Ruka Horzov 2, Butcher 0, Legnica 6. Legnica 6. Chicha 1. And Polonia beat them 2. Lexner 2. Polonia beat them slipping up there a little bit. So once again this weekend, results are going in Wisła's favour. We've got, obviously, Grodzisk playing tomorrow. Unbeaten in the last 5, Grodzisk, drawing 2 of them. But as things stand, we would have a 10-point lead over them. So it's a real, it's a big game. I would love to do a live stream for that one actually, but I know I'm going to be working, so it's not going to happen. But that's certainly a result to be looking out for tomorrow. Grodzisk away at Stal Mielec. Certainly looks like Stal Mielec as well are going into the bottom 3 again as well. They kind of, if they're not careful, they're going to get cut adrift. Because they've got Pruskov above them or by 1 point, and they've got goal difference is really similar. But after that, you've got Pucha, who were like, they're going to be 5 points clear, Pucha. So Stal Mielec, they could be, unless they start turning things around pretty soon, they could be having double relegations in 2 relegations, 2 seasons. I'm just looking as well at the fixtures before we go into the winter break. Jaden Ward in live chat. Jimmy, just got back to my room for work. Missed the first half. Looks like we are all over them. Frankie James says, hi, Jaden. Jaden, the score says we are. We've scored 3 good goals. As in, the opener was from Duarte. No, sorry, it wasn't. The opener was from Duda, edge of the box, good shot. The second came from Duarte, in off the underside of the crossbar from a shot from the edge of the box. The third came from a mistake, really, by Stal Mielec, losing possession just outside the penalty area. The ball ricocheted to Hala, and Redado was unmarked in the middle. I think me and you would have put that in, mate. But once again, we're not creating that many good chances. It sounds negative, and in a way, I suppose it is. And like I said, my disappointment is that in a game like this, we've not been more adventurous with our lineup. We took Kuziemka out of the team. We've put Duarte down the right-hand side in his place. That's because Bozic down the left-hand side. Nobody at the minute is going to get Bozic out of this team now. When he came on last week, he looked good. In this first half, for me, he's been Wisła's best player. So you're not gonna get Duarte back on that left-hand side, knocking Bozic out of this team. Giza says, Jaden, I could have used your help calming our boy down in the first 20 minutes. It can't just be me. It can't just be me. We'll see now. I mean, if Giza, Jade, if you were Maria Sharp now, with 3-0 up against Stal Mielec in the bottom 3, this is a dead rubber. Even if we got somebody sent off now, I'd still expect us to go on for victory. This is a perfect opportunity. Take Hala off. Take him off. Add it Nikaj up front with Redado. There's nothing not to gain from doing it. Marius Shop, obviously, he knows more than me and he sees them in training every day. But surely to goodness, if you could get Ridado and Ardit Nikaj firing as a front two, that's going to terrify teams. It just is. There's nobody in Wisła's team, and I include Kaziemka in this. Nobody in this team is quicker over the first 10 yards than Ardit Nikaj. He's got strength as well. And that's everything that number 7, Ertahaler, if he ever watches this, he would never speak to me again. Not that he does now, but you know what I mean. But what are we going to lose? We're not going to learn anything now. We're not going to learn anything now by keeping the same players on in the second half. All right, Lasiki's in the team. I don't mind Lasiki being in the team, don't get me wrong. And coming up to contract time, he's going to be putting in performances because it runs out in December. Same as Jaroch, they both run out in December. Pretty sure we're going to renew both of their contracts. Jaroch will anyway because he's injured. And that's not what this club's about. JK won't throw him under the bus because he's injured. And I'm pretty sure we'll keep Lasiki as well. Because there's every chance with Biedrzycki that he could get a red card. But the good thing is now we've got cover for any of our centre half, any of our centre halves who get reds or we get injured or they're playing too many matches. We have got Grudzic, we've got Cutwer who's just come back into the starting 11. It's not exactly weakened it, has it? All right, Stal Mielec are not exactly the most dynamic of clubs at the moment, but regardless, Cutwer and Lasiki will do a job for you. Biedrzycki, Grudzic, we've got Lelieveld, like I've said. We've got Mikulek who's on his way back. We've got Krysanovsky. So for the back line, sorted. In midfield, let's say we're going up next season into the Ekstraklasa. Our midfield is going to be a little bit light. Igbekim will play in the Ekstraklasa, no problem. I have no doubts at all that he will absolutely thrive in the Ekstraklasa. Carbo, yeah, I don't think Carbo's played that well the last couple of matches. He's done all right, but he's not been up to his usual standards. Maybe he's carrying a little bit of a knock, who knows? But yeah, but how do we know what Omic is going to do? For me, he's still a little bit lightweight, but let's get him on in a game like this. Let's find out if he's a little bit lightweight. Does he then go a little bit further forward and play in that Ertahaler role? Aguirre says, you talk like his agent, mate. Your humour is it's not what I would call American humour as I know it, mate. It's easy to understand. The sarcasm part, that is. Yeah, he's I'm not going to Haller bashing again. I'm just not. But I think he needs to be more of a squad player, a bench player, rather than a starter. Like I said, I've seen him last season numerous times, and I'm not just saying it now because he's been off his game a little bit for the last, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. When he came to us, I just thought we got him on a free, and yeah, it was all right. Good squad player, good steady Eddie, good solid player. When he came in for that first 4 or 5 games, and he was just fantastic. It's like this is not him. And yeah, I'm just kind of proving myself right. It's so we need somebody else who's a little bit more dynamic. I'm not saying we go for someone like an Iniesta, let's be realistic, but We need somebody from within the club who can. All right, let's be fair. Let's be fair to him. Who can play as good as Ertahala in that position? Because what if he? Let's be fair. What if he gets injured? Who are we going to put there? Are we just going to put Duda up there? Because that's what we've seemed to do. Are we going to put Duarte up there, playing with Radado, or are we going to be a little bit more? Have a little bit more endeavour. Let's try. Let's try Adit Nikaj up there. Let's try Omic up there. Will it work? We don't know because we've never really seen it. Well, now's a perfect opportunity. How do we know? Very good, Aggies. I just saw that flash up there, mate. We might get Casemiro. I'd sooner have Ertahala. But why not try Omic further upfield? He's got the fleet of foot skill. Why not give it a go? This is the perfect game to do it. We'll see as the second half begins. We'll find out what changes are made. If Marius Jop, I am a Marius Jop fan. Don't get me wrong. I've nothing against him. I think he's doing a great job. What I do have an issue with is he brave enough at times? When you're sat in a chair here and your job doesn't depend on it, it's easy. It's easy to say, well, we should do this, we should do that. But ultimately, we are going to win. We are going to win today. Why not try something? Why not try something different? Let's be brave. Right, on that note, I'm going to go for a quick piddle before the second half starts. I want to be a second. I'll never last out. My teeth will be underwater. It's chilly out there. Right, so we've got Radado coming out. We know Duarte is coming out because I've just seen him now. I need my scarf on. Right, Bozic. Bozic has come out. So he's still there. Referee's going to blow his whistle. We've got Duda. I don't think we've made any changes at half time. Bozic, Radado, Ertahala, Duarte, so no changes there. Lasicki, Kutwa, Igbekim, Duda, Lelyveld, no changes at all. Duarte with a cross in there to nobody. Misunderstanding with Bozic. Yeah, just going across the bottom there now. Lakiewicz, Lelyveld, Ertahala, Redado, Duarte, Igbekin, Bozic, Lasicki, Geiger, Duda, Cutwer, Ertahala, edge of the box, plays it. I mean, that's just awful. Awful. Trying to get that ball to Duarte and passed it directly to a Stal Mielec defender. This will win a corner down this left-hand side. Who have we got in the middle there? Where's Lasicki? Oh, he's there. We just need to find him now. 10 corners in the game. My bet's up anyway. Right, Duda. I was just thinking to myself, don't shoot from there. You must be 40 yard. Good save from the keeper. Puts it behind for a corner to Wisła. Down the right-hand side this time. I mean, I don't blame him, actually. There was nothing else on. That was going in as well. Keeper did well. I'm not sure if this is... I think this is fog coming across the pitch. Lelyveld. Don't lose possession there. Does well. That's nice from Wisła. Duda. Early ball to Redado, edge of the box. Tries turning. Gets muscled out of it, but that's decent, that, from Wisła. Yeah, Redado's brother's been scoring. He scored a hat-trick for Wisła's second team. He looks quite like him as well. But obviously, he's not as good as his brother, or else we'd have had him in the first team by now. Does make me wonder if that was part of the reason Redado stayed, over the summer. Nice little touch there from Wisła. This is the... See, that's unlucky. That's a chance that we want to be creating. Perfect. Perfect. First time passes. Ertahala did well there. Redado just couldn't get that final touch. To get a shot on goal. This is better. This is better. Duarte blocked. This is better from Wisła. This is what creating chances is. This is what we've not done for the last 3 or 4 games. And blimey, you're losing 3-0 and you've stopped a shot coming in. You've not got a cure for Alzheimer's, mate. Well, each to their own. But that's better from Wisła. What? First 4 minutes of this second half, and we've created more chances like that than we have done in the last 5, 6, 7 games. So obviously something's maybe been said at half time by Mariusz Jop. Who knows? Outside of the dressing room, that is. But that snappy play. The only thing that was missing from that was the finish. Giza says, and without a half-time change. Sorry I had to say it. Yeah, well, I got there before you, mate. Mariusz Jop's obviously told him to try something different. But this was... We're not going to see that chance. But yeah, that was reminiscent of Wisła at the start of this season. Another corner to Wisla down that right-hand side. Be nice to score from a corner as well. We've not been too successful of late. Nice play from Duarte. Good cross into the middle as well. Headed clear. Going to fall to Lelieveld. Lovely pass there to Bozic on this left-hand side. Lasicki with the overlap. Puts it into the middle. Ronaldo wins the header. Pulls it back. It's cleared. It's with Bozic. Lasicki throws an elbow. Oh, and if the free kick's gone against him, he needs to be careful here because he threw an elbow then. I didn't throw an elbow. It looked worse than it was actually. The referee fell for it though. Wisla attacking the end where the Ultras are this second half. Bit of a loose clearance there from Geiger. We'll let him off though. Agricultural clearance there. Well dealt with by Krakow. Stal Mielec, they've got room down this left-hand side. They've got bodies into the box there. Win the header as well, but no power on it. Easy for Lakievitz. What do you guys think? 60 minutes and he'll start making the changes? It's normally the case, isn't it? You know what changes I'd make? What changes are you guys going to make? Let me know in live chat. Yeah, there's been a lot of fog around Krakow at the minute. It's fog season anyway, isn't it? But a lot of flights have been getting diverted or... not diverted. They've been getting delayed. Playing it around nicely there, but we're not really going forward, just keeping possession. Room for Krakow now to come down this left-hand side, though. He's got Lelieveld on his left-hand side. He didn't play last time out Lelieveld because he did have a slight injury, so that explains that one. Right, what's Ertahala going to do? Goes back to Krakow. Agiza says, I'm exchanging my empty bottle for a full one. My bottle's been full since kickoff. I fully expected a Wisla win. It's just the performance that I wanted. I'm just excited. Do you know do you know a good analogy, Agiza, or anybody who's watching this? That the way I feel with Wisla at the minute is they are a sports car that's only ever using the first 3 gears. That's just what it feels like. I mean, that again from Ertal, it's just tip round the corner. It might get there, it might not. Not good enough. It's not good enough. He must know it himself. If you've played football, most of us have played football, I'm assuming, you know yourself when things are... That's just a misunderstanding there between Geiger and Duarte, giving the ball away. Lasicki with the clearance. Yeah, it feels like You know yourself when you're not playing well. He must know that it's not working for him at the minute. Agiza says, I've been defending Ruben all week. I know. No, I don't think it's. I don't think there's a reason not to defend him, to be honest. Because when you look what's happened since Alex Ferguson left, blimey, you've had how many managers? 5 managers, not including interim. 5 managers, and none of them have been able to really do anything. 6 managers. Ultimately, it's the club. It's the culture at the club. It's the players at the club. It's rotten. It is rotten. Right, Ertahala on the ball. What's he going to do? Plays a nice ball there to Bozic. Bozic to Lelieveld. It's coming into the middle. Who is number 5? Do you know? Is it number 5 or is it 15? I'm going to go with 15. Senga. He's trying to get his players up for it. And I kind of was laughing at him a little bit ago because he blocked that shot and he jumped up like he just saved a penalty or something. But he's doing it again there, and fair play to him. He's just trying to get Stal Mielec up for this, I think. Maybe they were aware of the meat grinder, and that's what they were beating before they already got here. Do you know, when I was thinking to myself before I came and did this live stream, what's going to happen tonight, and I was convinced this way we're going to win. I put in the description, a home win, over 2 goals, over 10 corners. But when I saw the changes, and I looked at the lineup, I thought, he's given Grujic and Biedrzycki a rest, fair play. Nothing wrong with Lasicki and Cutter in the team, fantastic. And then I saw Bozic had started on the left, and I thought, here we go. I mean, that again there from Ertahala, just get him off. Get him off. He isn't having a good game. You can say he got an assist. I'd have assisted that with a bad back. It was a simple pass that he made to Redado. Everything else he's done, it just isn't working. Agiza said, it's the players you can lead a horticulture, but you can't make you think you know. Jaden says, right, I'm back. Bloody slow I am this morning. You're like him on screen there, Ertahala. He needs to get off. Just take him off. I've been losing patience with him over the last few weeks, and I'm finally coming to the end of my tether with him now. You know, if I was Omic or even Stazak, you know, I'd be on there thinking, why am I not playing? And he is. Stal Mielec down the right hand side. Bozic gets the blocking corners down the right hand side for the away team. Couple of substitutions coming here for Mielec. Jaden says, fill me in. I've had Jimmy in the background of my kitchen and he sounds very upset, more than usual. I am, mate. I'm upset because, like I said, we're like a sports car that are never going to use more than 3rd gear. Headed clear by Redado. Shot comes in. Stal Mielec want a corner. Referee can't make his mind up. Then he says, you're losing 3-0, we'll give you a corner. Yeah. We've not been brave enough with our decisions. Ertahala's not playing well. Duda when he wasn't, not Duda, Duarte. Nice from Lukiewicz. When Duarte wasn't playing well, he pulled him out of the squad, and I mean, it's not me. You can see what I can see. That's just absolute shite. Absolute garbage. Just Take him off. It's becoming embarrassing for him now. It's becoming embarrassing for him. "60 minutes on the clock. Now's a good time to make substitutions. Take Ertahala off. Put anybody on. Put Broder up front instead of Ertahala. I don't care. Anybody apart from Ertahala." Nice touch there from Lelyveld. Back to Bozic. Inside to Duda. Needs a bit of support. Does well. Bozic, what can he do? They've doubled up on Bozic now after his performance in that first half. Still gets a cross into the back post. Put behind for a corner to Wisla. That's about 12, 13 corners for Wisla in this match. If you had a spread on corners, blimey, you beat the spread all right. Must be about 15, 16 corners. Still with 29 minutes plus injury time to go. Jaden says, "I did vaguely hear you talk about that. We haven't thrown some younger lads on for experience. His game is over already, so why not put some youth on?" Jaden, honestly, I don't even think it's a case of putting the youth on. I think it's about the youth coming through now and taking Ertahala. Take his place. Take his place. The only time he comes on is as a substitute, or if he comes on as a substitute and starts performing again like he did when he first came, fight for your place, win it back, great stuff. But at the minute, you tell me the last time Ertahala had a good game. I can't remember. After that first international break, I can't remember Ertahala having a good game. Duarte was out of form. All right, Ertahala took his place on the left-hand side, but there is nothing to lose. Nobody is going to come on in place of Ertahala and have less of an impact than he is. Jane Ward says, "Winter break will do him good. Rest and hopefully someone has some honest conversations with him." So somebody needs to, and this was another issue, and I don't know if you remember when I said it the other week with Marius Jopp at half time. I mean, that's poor as well. Good intent, just poor execution. Is Marius Jopp the kind at half time who's going to go in and say to him, "You're playing absolutely dog shit, mate. Sort it out, or else you're going to get the old Spanish elbow. You're off." I don't know if he is like that, but to keep picking him, it's like you're waiting for him to play himself back into form. If you want to do that, see what he's like in training. Give him a spell in Wisła's seconds. You know, where Suki and Nicky's gone, where Ardit Nikaj had to go, where he banged two in. By the way, it's like keep persisting with Ertahala to come back to that form, and I don't think he can do it. I don't think he's the future. So when we've got chances like this now, why not see if Omic can do it? Why not see if Ardit Nikaj can do it up front? Agiza says, "You're right, Jaden. Some youngsters, we don't know what that spring may bring injury-wise." I agree with both of you, but I don't think it's a case of blooding them. I think it's a case of them coming in and taking the position of players that are ultimately, I've decided, squad players. The squad players. Ertahala can come on when you're 2-0 up, when you want to close a game down, maybe. Nice pass there from Lasicki to Duarte down this left-hand side. Pulled back by Lelyveld. Another corner to Wisla. 300 corners to Wisla. And we've looked dangerous for him. Probably a couple of them we have. But apart from that, yeah, 17 corners in this game. 14 to Wisla. 65 minutes. What are we waiting for now? Here he is again. Feel like I don't like doing this, but he's getting on my nerves now. Chance. It just shows how poor Stal Mielec is. We've tried that corner now 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 3 times to Duda, twice to Lelieveld. And they've still found space on the edge of the box to get that volley in, direct from the corner. That's just poor from the away side, that. Yeah, 65 minutes in, 66 minutes in. They won't do it. But if it gets to sort of 80 minutes and Mariusz Shop says to Ardit Nikaj or Omic, right, come on, let's go on. Don't bother, mate, now. It's not worth getting called for. Agiza says, I agree with that. A sub role might take some pressure off him. Mate. Here we go. Who's coming? Here we go. I agree with that, Agiza, by the way. I'm wondering if the pressure has been... It was all right for the first 4, 5, 6 games, and after that, it's like, God, I'm going to have to do this all the time. Can I do it? And he's... Maybe it is the pressure that's a little bit too much. Right. Spanish elbow. Off you go. Don't let me down, Nikaj, now. Don't let me down. Who else is coming off there now? Duarte is coming off. Cabo is coming off. For Duda. Yeah, that's fair enough. Duda and Igbekim in the mid... Cabo and Igbekim in the midfield. Nothing wrong with that. Who was the other substitution? Jaden Ward says, love it, Jimmy. Here we go. Right, Duda, Ertahala and Duarte off. Perfect. Now we've got... This is what I wanted to see. I've got a hotline to Mariusz Shop. I think the studio shed. I think it might be bugged. He'd just better not let me down now. I'm feeling... Do you know something? I just had that thought go through my head now, thinking, oh my God, I hope Nikaj doesn't have an absolute shitter now he comes on. He's going to make me look a right plum, innit? Well, you open your mouth, you put it out there, you've got to stand by your decisions. And I would have made that decision at half-time. Ardit Nikaj on for Ertahala. Long throw coming in from the left-hand side. Do you know, I just get the feeling... You know, when I said that sports car analogy, we've just put it there. First touch from Nikaj straight away on the attack. We've just put it into fourth, boys. We've still got 5th, 6th, and then overdrive to go. I think we need a bit of a trumpet. We'll wait till this was on the ball, though. Stal Mielec trying to come down this right-hand side. Careful. Sicky daydreaming there. Got caught out. Chance for Stal Mielec to put a cross in. Corner. Down that right-hand side. Jaden, he says, Adriana and I just booked our flights back to Krakow for the final weekend of the season, mate. We hope to be there if they lift the trophy. My parents will also be coming over from Oz for the first time. Mate, if I get a chance, I'll fly over and I will try and come and meet you, work permitting. Corner coming in from the right-hand side. Over everybody. Geiger can bring it away. Look at Nikaj in the middle. Come on, boys, get that trumpet going. Kiziemki giving it away. You watch number 11 down here. You watch his pace. Absolutely frightening. Yeah, free kick given there against Geiger. Agiza says, I'm sending your minge of this manager to Ruben. He will get a kick out of it. Jaden Ward says, for sure. Ching ching, that reminds me. Just kidding, Jimmy. I love your passion. Oh, mate. I'm here to be shot at. I'm here to be shot at. You want to see some of the emails I get? And I get everything barring death threats. That's like the video that I've been seeing. Oh, it does make me laugh. I've been getting death threats, and his dad says to him, "You mean death threats?" He says, "No, not on this occasion." And the bloke that went, "Yeah, you're right. Drive. Let's off forward when he should be in reverse. If you've seen it, you'll know what I mean. It is funny. I didn't do it justice. Yeah. Going back to what Agiza said, love your passion. He's just kidding. I'm here to be shot at, mate. You put yourself in front of a screen giving your opinion. You've got to expect it coming back. That's what I love about it. You can get other people's opinions as well that are different from your own, which is it's the only way you learn stuff, isn't it? I'm happy to be corrected on stuff and have my opinion changed. Chance. Yeah, you'd expect Lakievitz to save that. He's not done much tonight, but what he has done, he's looked pretty solid. Right, 72 minutes. We've got what I would have thought we would have started the game with. That's what I was hoping. And it set me in a negative tone from the start, which I didn't expect to be like that when I came on. I was thinking, yep, 3 points, let's get back to winning ways and that. And had a look at the squad. Yeah, he's made changes to Harlow and Ridado. Wellieveld down this left-hand side. Laid in, looking for Ridado, cut out. Unlucky. Do you know the good thing is though, when Nikaj has come on, he's not made him go on the wings. He's playing as a forward. He's playing as a striker. And Agiza, just thinking about it as well. When you said about Harlow, maybe if he gets that substitute cross comes in there, he got the wrong side there. Wellieveld did well in the end. Taking the pressure off Harlow may help him regain his form, and I hadn't thought of that. God, he needed a shout there, Lakievitz. Either way, another corner. What about Ridado? You know, there's a lot of pressure on Ridado, isn't there? Especially when we're not creating chances. You know, so if we can get Nikaj up front and get Omic is coming on. Come on! Right, who's coming off? I'm assuming it's going to be Igbekim. No, Ridado. Right, so we're obviously going to try. We've got the solid midfield of Carbo and Igbekim. We've got Ridado coming off. Are we going to see now a front pairing of Omic and Ardit Nikaj? It could work. You know, and there again, what Agiza said. Does it take that pressure off Ridado? We'll find out. Comes to naught. Live chat. Agiza says, I'm more surprised at Stal's performance considering the position they are in. Do you know... Obviously, with them coming down from the Ekstraklasa, I watched them just a little bit more, and I'm not sure how many players they lost when they got relegated. But it's a club that is in turmoil, isn't it? I don't think they've got anything better than this, mate. You know, from what I've seen so far, I think this is Stal Mielec now, and. I think coming down in the Ekstraklasa, it's like coming out of the Premier League in England and going into the Championship. It's an absolute shark fest. The days of teams coming down and then bouncing straight back up, I think it's there we are, Nikaj again, taking the ball off Kaziemka. Out to Nikaj again. Right, what are you going to do? Keeping hold of possession. I like to see him in the middle though, because at the minute we've got Omic as a centre forward. Can play centrally though, Omic, but soon to see him just a little bit deeper with, Kaziemka and Nikaj are just swapping back positions now. Goes back to what I was saying earlier though, we are fluid. That's not good enough from Carbo, just that blind pass around the corner. It's not worked all night really. Stal Mielec coming down that left-hand side. Igbekim doing what Igbekim does, clearing it up. Lovely first-time ball there. Lovely. Book him. Getting booked. Lovely ball there from Bozic inside to Omic. Nice first touch. Had no option but to bring him down. This is what we like to see. I've just realised I was checking something earlier on and I didn't find out how many games we've got now before we've got the winter break. Lovely touch that from Omic. Yeah, if you can see Ardit Nikaj there up front, watch his movement and his first 5-10 yard. No one will stay with him, so they're going to have to give him a yard or two. Omic central, right? It's with Bozic back inside to Omic. What are you going to do? He puts a shot in straight at the keeper. Already, and it's not just a case of me trying to not look an idiot. He's already looking more settled than Tahala. "13 minutes plus stoppage time to go." Would have just been nice to see him come on at half time when the game's already, let's be honest, it's already won. Blimey, what are they doing? Almost an own goal there. Right, Nikaj. Let's see what you can do from a corner. Putting the defender under pressure there, Omic. Nikaj's eyes, just for a second there, they'll have lit up. This is Wisła's 85th corner. Down the right-hand side. 74 down the left. Feels like that. Right, what can Bozic do with his delivery? Agiza says, "I think Radado is different. He knows he will make the most of chances given." Yeah, he's proven as well, isn't he, mate, at doing that. Wasicki gets his head to it, can't direct it on target. Yeah, that's the one difference between Radado and a Nikaj or Kavala. Radado is proven. Yeah, Kavala's on the bench as well, isn't he? Long ball over the top, headed clear by Wasicki. Do you know, it's funny now, with 11 minutes to go, Stal Mielec, they're just pushing everybody forward. Why not do that from the start of the second half? You'd nothing to lose. I think it comes back to the meat grinder. Maybe the fear of it could get ugly, it could be a 6, 7 or an 8, just kept them maybe not piling everybody forward. Final 10 minutes now, they've nothing to lose. Cleared by Wisła, shot comes in. Didn't quite make it over the fence to Connecticut. Yeah, I would absolutely, it'd make what's been a rubbish day so far if Nikaj can score, it'd put a little bit of cherry on a dog shit day. Don't get me wrong, somebody's had a far worse day than I have, so I thank the lucky stars. But just giving that ball away, that's lazy, that from Courtois. Playing it out from the back nicely now. Geiger can drive forward. Nikaj look at Nikaj there. There he goes down the line. You've no chance of keeping up with him, mate. Cut inside, put the shot in. Nobody in there. Perfect ball, corridor of uncertainty. Nobody in there. Nobody in there. Nothing wrong with that, mate. That's for sure. There he is. Geezer says, still worry about injury though, but that is something no one can foresee or prevent. Omich, is he going to get a card for that? Yeah, a little bit. Maybe a little bit over the top. Irvin Omich. I'll predict it now. He's going to be a star for Wisla in the future. Just double checking, Agiza, when you said still worry about injury though, but that is something no one can foresee or prevent. Are you referring to Ridado? But you know, if Ridado was to get injured, we've still got Kavala could come in and do a job. I don't think he gets enough of a chance for obvious reasons. You know, you've got Ridado, he's going to play. But here he goes, Nikaj, putting his weight about there. Did enough. Kavala is definitely going to be a good player for Wisla though in the future. What's going on here now? Oh, here we are, Banyovski. Banyovski's coming on. That'll be for, yeah, he's had a good game as Bozic. He's certainly, for me, Bozic has been Wisla's man of the match. From that first half, Wisla, we were looking a little bit stale again, and he definitely, down that left-hand side, definitely livened things up. Set up the first goal for Duda. Yeah, I'm not surprised you're getting a good reception from Mariusz Jop there. Let's see what Banyovski can do. Agiza says, especially I think he is the heart of the team. Yeah, he is, mate. I think sometimes we take him for granted, don't we? The good thing about him is he's not injury prone, which is a good thing. Let's see what Banyovski can do. It's just gone out of play. Yeah, maybe. Do we look at benching Duarte again? Do we bench Ertahala? Do we give Banyovski a run? We've got Kaziemka down the right-hand side. You know, the good thing about this squad now, we've got options. You know, there's been no Krzyzanowski tonight. Lovely pass there to Lelieveld. Lelieveld again. Thought about the shot. He's got Banyovski to the right. He's got Banyovski, to the left. The easy pass. And he tries getting it to Nikaj over on that right-hand side. Got nowhere near him. Why not take the easy pass? That'll be a free kick to... the referee's not giving it. Well, Stal Mielec on the break down the left-hand side. Carbo comes across, does well, Carbo. Wins the ball back. It's back with Lukiewicz. Baniowski down this left-hand side. Got support from Omic. Goes back to Igbekim. Igbekim's been quiet this second half, only because everything he's done, everything he's needed to do, he's done. It's been a good performance from him again. I mean, no, we don't expect anything less. Loose pass there, but we'll get away with it. Kaziemka on that right-hand side, cuts inside. He's got support there from Omic. Omic has got... Just loses possession. Put a shot in, Kaziemka, it's blocked. Nikaj in the penalty area, what's he going to do? Plays it back to Kaziemka. Loose first touch. Blimey. Kaziemka didn't make anything of it. Fair play to him. It was a robust tackle. Omic putting the keeper under pressure. Plenty of space on this pitch now. You'd expect that. 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go. I think the only thing that Stal Mielec will take from this second half is that if it stays like this, you know, they've drawn the second half. Nice interception from Baniowski. Right, young man, get going forward. Get going forward. Play that ball. Reverse pass to Nikaj. Yeah, that's a free kick and a yellow card. Did well enough there, though, Baniowski. I wonder if he's got another yard of pace in him, Baniowski. Because if he has, I get a feeling Duarte, Kaziemka's going to make that right midfield, right wing position. He's going to make that his own because he has good partnerships as well with Raul Geiger. I think the right hand side is sorted. Not so down this left hand side. I'd like to be able to see maybe Baniowski down this left hand side with Krzyzanowski. You could have, I mean, Mikulec's coming back, isn't he? In fact, Mikulec, there was a photo of him the other day training. He looks fitter. He looks younger than before he got his injury. So it's maybe the time off has done him good. Shot comes in there from Nikaj from 75 yards. He's not lacking in confidence. Whistled past the keeper's right-hand post. The keeper was rooted to his spot. Not quite, but, you know, I've got to big him up now. I've been singing his praises. Agiza says, they all see that Ekstraklasa carrot dangling. They do, mate. They do. Do you know, I'm convinced that we will get promoted this season. I'd like to go up as champions. I don't want to be going through unlucky there from Kaziemka. Just didn't quite work for him, but fantastic intent. Baniowski, he's over on the right-hand side now. Loses possession there. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced we will get promoted this season. I just want to do it where we can sort of enjoy the games towards the end of the season. And not having my blood pressure go. I can feel my blood pressure going up with this game from the start of it. I feel my ears getting hot. It's normally a sign. There they go. Great support from the Wisla fans. Yeah, so we can enjoy the last few games without having to panic. Did clear by Omic. 3 minutes of added on time. Be another corner down the left-hand side. That's the 340th corner of the game. Agiza says, if I have to suffer through a playoff with you, Jimmy, blimey. Well, you're just as bad. It's not just me. Rubbish corner comes in. Omic can bring it away. Now it's with Banyovski down that right-hand side. They're giving the free kick against him. He did nothing wrong there. He was just a bit stronger. Do you know, I don't want this game to end now, because I want to see how Banyovski's going to play. I want to see how Omic is going to do. I want to see what Nikaj is going to do. And it's like we should have had this at half-time. Yeah, when you think about it, no Krisanovski tonight. I'd like to see him down that left-hand side with Bozic. Stal Mielec coming down that left-hand side, going to the end, fair play to him. Good save by Lakiewicz. Good save. Glad he's going to get a clean sheet, hopefully. Just 60 seconds to go. Well, a little bit less. Agiza says, I'm much more optimistic. Keeps my blood pressure down. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. A bit of optimism. Corner comes in. Is it going to be another corner or a goal kick? It's going to be another corner. We must be pushing 25 corners. I'm not joking with that one. Hopefully we'll see the stat come up. There's been a lot of corners and all that. Nothing fancy now. Let's keep a clean sheet. Headed clear by Igbakim. Referee blows his whistle. That's the end of the match. Wisla Krakow 3, Stal Mielec 0. Right. Fantastic. 3 points for Wisla. Let's have a look at the live. Let's have a look at the live standings now. If my yeah, we've gone back to a 10-point lead over Grodzisk. Grodzisk play tomorrow, 4 p.m. GMT. So it's going to be a big game for them. 3 points, and I feel like we've missed an opportunity tonight to see what Wisla can do. We kind of saw what for the last 15, 20 minutes. We got Omic, we got Nikaj on, we got Omic on, we got Banyovski on. Kaziemka came up. Kaziemka will always put in a decent performance down that right. We know what he can do. But for me, man of the match, like I said, Bozic for his first half performance. That's when we won this game. I just wish Marius Shop had been a little bit braver and made the changes. Make the changes at half time. I mean, looking at the stats there, we had 64% possession. They were never going to come back in that game, Stal Mielec. Giza says, the difference between United and Wisla, United players think they are the star of their own movie, and Wisla players know they are the stars of the Wisla Krakow movie. there is nobody in that Wisla Krakow team who you get the impression they're bigger than the club. Totally agree with you. Marga Vasily, criminal, irresponsible clowns without desire to win. Fired all sleek clowns from Stal Mielec. Mate, they didn't put a performance in. If you're a Stal Mielec fan, I haven't seen much of them this season, but I've got to say, I get the impression from what I have seen that's all they've got. I genuinely think there's no belief in the club, and now they've dropped into that bottom three. It's going to be a long season. It's going to be a relegation battle unless they do something quickly. And I don't see what they're going to do. I mean, if you're a Stal Mielec fan, I think the best you can hope for this season is avoiding relegation. Because if you're going down into that BetClic Liga 2, that's not what Stal Mielec want to be doing. But I understand your disappointment, mate. Do you know, and you can tell it's disappointing as well, because as a Wisla fan, calling at half-time that the game is done, let's start trying things out. It just says where Stal Mielec are. The only positive they'll take from this game is that they drew the second half and they didn't concede anymore. Yeah, they threw more players forward and they were a bit more of an attacking force, but they just lacking something. They're lacking belief. You know, and the lad who was playing number 15, the centre half, trying to G his players up and get a bit of enthusiasm from him just because he blocked a shot. And I kind of looked at him and thought, what are you doing, mate? Calm down a little bit. But then he did it again when there was a clearance made. And you can see he's just trying to instill some belief, some enthusiasm for the game, because it looks like they haven't got it at the minute. And I fear for Stal Mielec that unless they start changing as you said, their desire, they're going to be struggling and they're going to get cut. They're going to get cut adrift before the end of January. So yeah, difficult times for Stal Mielec, but you know, we've been there ourselves. Wisla Krakow dropping down from the Ekstraklasa. It isn't an easy league to get out of, this BetClic one. But I wish you all the best, mate, now. In fact, I kind of hope you win every game, because you'll be taking points off Wisła's opponents. But yeah, so going back to what I was saying, I think, I feel like we missed an opportunity, and I feel like this game only came. Obviously, you get the game wrapped up by half-time pretty much. That's the time when you can be brave once again. And that's the time when you take Ekstraklasa off. We know the rest. You bring Omic on, you bring Nikaj on. We didn't see enough, I don't think, of Ridado and Nikaj. What were they on the pitch together for? 4 or 5 minutes. Maybe he wanted to give Ridado a rest, and that's why he brought Nikaj on. He's no intention, Mariusz Jop, of playing him as a front two. He knows best. You know, he like I say, he sees them every day in training, and he must know that it's not going to be a thing. Maybe it'll develop into that at some point in the future, and he doesn't think they're quite right now, so he wants to bring another front two on, as in whether it's going to be Omic and Nikaj, or how he's going to manipulate players who are playing well into the team, because we're coming to that stage where he's going to have to start doing that. As soon as Mielec is fit, who are you going to leave out of that team to bring Mielec in? Mielec might come into this team now. I mean, last season, he was a baller for Wisła. He just was. I think out of all of the games that he played, there was probably 2 or 3 where he was a 6 out of 10. The rest, he was pretty much 7, 8 out of 10 week in, week out. So, yeah, Krzyzanowski's done well. Yeah, Lelieveld's done well. But if we were talking about Jaroch on that right-hand side, I'm not bothered. And it sounds horrible. I don't care. Jaroch, if he was to, it's not going to happen. But if it was to be, we're selling him. All right, I don't care. We'd need cover down the right-hand side, obviously, in case Geiger gets injured. But if you said to me who's playing, who you're putting in your starting 11, Geiger or Jaroch, Geiger every day of the week for me, down this left-hand side. Suppose we'd have, if Mielec comes back, we've got Krzyzanowski, we've got Lelieveld who can play left or right. But yeah, I'd like to see Mielec back in this team now, playing the way it's playing. But yeah, I feel like we missed a little bit of a trick, not making them changes earlier. But overall, we're back to winning ways. It's been a dominant performance. Didn't score in the second half, but hey ho, the damage was done in the first half. Who have we got? Just got to see who have we got in round 19 now. That's what I was trying to do earlier on. Anybody who's interested in the Ekstraklasa, by the way, it's currently Wisla Krakow 0, Lech Poznan 0, 86 minutes on the clock there. Looking at the fixtures coming up, yeah, don't forget tomorrow, Stal Mielec and Grodzisk. That's a 4 p.m. kickoff in the UK. Next up, Wisła, we've got... We're away at LKS Woods. That's on the 7th, a 1:30 kickoff. So that's going to be that'll be next Sunday, won't it? So join us live for that one. And then after that, that's it. That's it. Round 19, we then have the winter break. On the 4th, don't forget, this week, by the way, we've got the cup match. So join us for that one. And Agiza says, look how spoiled we are. 3-0, Winjam Mourn, the luxury of it all. I know, mate. Honestly. Frankie James says, take care, guys. Have a good night. And you too, Frankie. I'll see you directly. I've got more computer work to do. My eyes will be going square. Yeah, you're right, Agiza. You know, this time, if it was this time last season, would he give her a right arm for this? Well, at the start of this season, you'd have been delighted to be in this position. But it doesn't mean that we have to settle. It doesn't mean that, yeah, we've got a 3-0 victory. We're top of the league now with a 10-point lead. Could be reduced tomorrow back down to 7, but we're back to winning ways. But we don't want to get complacent. And whether, you know, your own words, have they put in the effort in? Do they think it's done? I want to say I don't think so, but it almost feels like in the last, I'm going to say last 10 games, it's almost like at the start of the season, the players were thinking, yep, it's on me. I'm going to earn my place in this squad. The momentum builds, everything's going well. And then suddenly you start thinking, you know, I'm not playing that well today. Somebody else will score. Somebody else will make the tackle. Somebody else will make the pass. Well, ask not through the bell tolls, it tolls for thee, as the saying goes. You know, you've got to put that performance in. You've got to look inwards and ask, am I doing everything I can to the best of my abilities? And I think a lot of the players in this team, I'm thinking of 3 or 4 players, I don't think it's always the case. I'll name them. You know who I'm going to put? Eggy says, pace yourself, Jimmy, pace yourself. You know who I'm going to put top of the list? It's going to be Ertahala. Second on the list, is going to be Duarte. Third on the list is, I've just seen it the last couple of weeks, and I don't like saying this, but I will. Mark Carbo Bellapart. I think sometimes he's just made the pass thinking it'll be all right. And a couple of times, it's cost us a couple of goals this season. I don't think it's anything to do with pressure. I don't think it's anything to do with him thinking he's better than he is. I don't think he's that kind of player at all. I think sometimes it just comes from maybe a little bit of mental fatigue. And what I mean by that is when other people aren't picking up the mantle as they were, I think he has gone sometimes the other way where he's trying something different than his normal game. You know, he's trying the Hollywood pass when he doesn't need to do it. And then it makes him look like he's maybe being a little bit arrogant or a little bit showy or a little bit couldn't care less. And I don't think that's the case with him. So I think he's kind of gone the other way where he needs to just go take a step back and do what he was doing, which is more than enough, instead of trying to pick up the slack for other people. And the other person who I think is maybe going off the boil a little bit, and I said it the other week, is Lelieveld. I think, I'm not sure if he's getting disappointed that he gets moved from left to right. He was playing well down the right, then suddenly Geiger comes into the team. Geiger's playing well, despite what you see on social media. There's some idiots about Geiger's playing really well, and I think Lelieveld's lost his place now to Geiger. So the fact that he's now over on this left-hand side again, where he's been playing well, I think he's just gone off the boil just a little bit. The other week, he didn't look to me like he was fit either. He didn't look like he was moving as well as he can do. And then he was out with a little injury. So whether there's something going on that we're not quite seeing, I don't know. But hopefully he'll come back to the form. I mean, he's played all right today, but he's not playing just quite as well as he was in them early games. So maybe he needs that consistent run of a start at left back. Where'd you fit Krzyzanowski in though? Because Krzyzanowski, for me, going forward, is a better player than Lelieveld. Lelieveld's a little bit better in the build-up. So, you know, there's options. There's options there. The good thing is we've got plenty of options. It's just we're not using them. And I know you can't go at them scattergun. That's not working. Let's try the. You never learn anything doing that. But when we get a chance like we did today at 3-0 half-time, perfect opportunity to try something a little bit different. And he wasn't brave enough for me, Mariusz Jop, today. Should have made the changes at half-time. But 3 points, like Giza says, everything's rosy at the R22. Right. Giza says, when a manager backs a player in bad form, that doesn't hurt the team. I think others think that might be me someday, and it can bond the team stronger. 100% agree with you, but and sticking with your player when they're having a tough time shows them that, one, you've got confidence in them. It might if they start doubting themselves a little bit, it might give them that bit of confidence and they play their way back into form. Totally agree. However, you tell me the last time Ertehaler had a good game were like he did in the first 4 or 5 games at Wisla. I can't think of one, mate. It's getting to the stage now where I'm almost dreading him getting the ball for his sake. You know, for his sake. And I said it last week, I've said it today, I said it a week before. If we are waiting, Wisla Krakow, if we are waiting for Ekstraklasa to play again like he did in that first 4 or 5 games, so we can get back to scoring for fun and creating chances for fun, I think it's a poor show. And I don't think that the whole club can wait on Ekstraklasa regaining form. I think he outperformed in that first 4 or 5 games. I just do. So I think we need to look at changing. If we're not going to change strategy, as in, are we going to go with the 3 at the back? Are we going to go with wing backs? Are we going to go with 1 up front and a player playing off? Are we going to go with 2 up front? I think it's more about the players that are on the pitch. And Marius Shop, if he was that convinced that Ekstraklasa was the man to play him behind Ronaldo, why is it when Duarte is not playing well, Duarte is out of the team, he puts Ekstraklasa out on that left-hand side? If I was Banyovsky, I'd be thinking to myself, why are you replacing Duarte with Ekstraklasa when I'm a left winger? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me, some of the decisions that Marius Shop makes. But like I said, he sees them in training. He knows who's capable of what. But to me, as an outsider looking in, it doesn't always make sense. There must be a plan behind it, but what it is, I don't know. But we go again. So the next game up is going to be on the 4th of December. Let's have a look what time kickoff is. What time is kickoff? It's a 7:45 kickoff on the 4th, so that'll be Thursday, won't it? 30 days in November. 7:45 in the UK. And we're away at Zawisza. So hopefully that should be another victory for Wisła, and we move into the next round. It's not going to be easy, another away tie, but Egiza says apparently the team love him and they just need to see him out with them to have confidence. I don't think it's that easy, mate. I don't. I mean, he's been playing. What are we on? Round 18. He's played pretty much every game. He played really well for like 4 or 5 games. The rest of them, he's been bang average, bang average. Some games, if 6 is an average, he's probably been a 5 or a 6. I think it's time. I think it's time for a change, and I think he's a player who can come on and do a job for you. Said as a substitute. Like you said, maybe taking that pressure off him will help him regain that form. And it is a many-geared grinder after all. Well, I mean, teams will look at this tonight, and you look at the score and you think, blimey, 3-0, what a simple victory, and it was. But then you look at it and you think, 0-0 in the second half. And they had a couple of chances, Stal Mielec, but didn't really have too much confidence, did they? And it was almost like wait for the final whistle now and get away with a 3-0 defeat. Giza says, "Thank God, afternoon for me." Yeah. Anything. An evening kickoff is always a good time for a geezer over in Connecticut. I keep forgetting that, mate. You are a diehard, that is for sure. Right, on that note, I will see you on Thursday, possibly midweek as well for football special. All the goals from around the UK and Europe as they go in. Quick shout out. I never do this and I'm supposed to do it more. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, ping that notifications bell. If you can give us a thumbs up, that'd be fantastic. The more subscribers we get, the better chance we've got of live streaming the Ekstraklasa. They have said they will collaborate with us once the platform is big enough. Chicken and the egg. But if you can hit that subscribe button, that would be fantastic. And I'll see you, I think maybe Tuesday night. Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm not sure. But definitely on Thursday for Wisla in the Polish Cup. Thanks for joining me in live chat, Agiza, Jaden, Frankie, and I forget who it was who sounded like they were a Stal Mielec fan. Maga Vasil. Yeah, unlucky, mate, but it's going to be a long season for you. I am Jimmy James. Take care. You've been watching Catch It Live First. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. God bless all of you and stay safe.